Welcome to another episode of the Blogger Breakthrough Summit podcast. I'm your host, Liz Stapleton, and today we're diving into a topic that's going to revolutionize your content creation game. We're talking about the magic of curated and licensed content with Lynn, Neville. So grab your coffee, tea, or even a glass of wine, and let's dive in.
And with Done For You content, you're not just starting from a blank page. I've stared at so many blank pages. I'm like, what am I supposed to write about? So with Done For You content, you're given a foundation that you can quickly personalize with your unique insights and branding. And that really accelerates the content creation process. So you want to hear about a client of mine?
Yeah.
Yep, go ahead.
Just 1 second though. I want to take a step back because you specifically said curated and licensed because quality matters. So how do you find, how do you curate good done for you content sources, I guess?
Yeah, there's a lot of crap out there. So if you were just to Google PLR or Done For You content, a lot of crap shows up. What I recommend, and something I didn't mention when you were introducing me was that I was a wellness and fitness blogger. I'm an avid CrossFitter. I did all the, as a group fitness trainer. And so as a former blogger, I know what it's like to spend all that time trying to create your own content. And you know your style. You have your own style. You have your own way of communicating audience. So when you're curating content, Done For You content, you want to make sure that that content fits your audience. It's exactly what they're going to be looking for. So if I'm writing about CrossFit and I find Done For You content that talks about something not involving CrossFit at all, then you're not doing your job curating the right kind of content. So you want to make sure the subject matter is on point with your audience, that it is something that you can transform into your own personal voice and your own personal brand, and that is quality. So there's a lot of content, Done For You content out there that has it's plagiarism. Basically, it's been used so many times, and I'll talk a little bit more about how to steer away from that. But It's even used so many times that it's not you. No matter how much personalization you put in there, everyone else has used it. So those are just a few things.
Okay, which then kind of brings to the next point of keeping content authentic. So taking that PLR or Done For You content and making it your own. So how do you do that and kind of maintain that authenticity?
Yeah, so absolutely. Personalization is where the magic really happens. It's all about transforming that base content, the one that you purchase, into something that feels uniquely yours. So by infusing your own stories and your expertise and your voice, you create a connection with your audience that goes way beyond just sharing information. So personalized content can improve reader engagement and potentially increase conversion rate, which is what we all want, right? For any calls to action that you have within your blog. So even thinking about just the calls to action themselves, when you buy curated content, it doesn't have, it has generalized calls to action. You can personalize it by putting in your specific calls to action to, whether it's to book a call with you, whether it's to sign up for a coaching session, or it could be even follow this link to see related articles on your blog. So simple calls to action can personalize your content. And then here's a little nugget of wisdom. Consistency doesn't just keep your readers engaged. It's also gold for your SEO efforts, right? And bloggers are all about SEO. So search engines love regularly updated content, and your audience will too. They'll come to rely on your blog as a consistent source of valuable insights, which keeps them coming back for more. And when you have that Done For You content, it makes it so much easier to stay consistent with your content creation. So ways to personalize your Done For You content so that it resonates with your brand. Here's a couple of tips. So first, inject your style. Don't just copy and paste Done For You content. You want to adapt the tone to match the way that you communicate with your audience. And so if you're humorous, add a joke or two. If you're inspirational, then you want to weave in like typical motivational insights that you provide. And then 2, share personal anecdotes. So again, really personalizing that content that you've been given as a base. So relate the content to your own experiences. And this not only adds authenticity, but it also differentiates your post from anyone else that's using the same Done For You content.
All right, that's it for today's episode of the Blogger Breakthrough Summit podcast. Remember, quality over quantity, personalization over plagiarism, and consistency is key. Thank you for tuning in, and a huge thank you to Lynn for sharing all these fantastic insights. Don't miss next week's episode to learn more about automating in your blogging business. I'll catch you then.